Good evening, IHSA football family. It is the DuPage Run and Shoot Show, episode 4, with me, Coach Big Pete, aka Peter Leinweber, my co-host Patrick Codo. You can follow me and Coach Big Pete and Deep Dish Football on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. My email is coachbigpetefp@gmail.com. My co-host Patrick Codo, please take it away.
Hello, everyone. It's the co-host of DuPage Run and Shoot, Patrick Codo, your favorite sports reporter from NCTV 17. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And if you want to email me some stuff or just say hello or throw digital batteries at me, Pete Codo at nctv17.org.
All right, so let's get to it. The DuPage County Week 3 scores. Brother Rice, 13. Bennett, 10. A very impressive outing for Bennett, even though they got the loss. Again, a lot of people were expecting Ben to get absolutely murdered in this game, but Bennett Academy did respond very, very well, and then very impressive. It was a loss. Don't get me wrong, it was a loss, but a very impressive outing against Brother Rice. Go ahead, Pat.
Yeah, there was a few big plays in that game that really hurt Bennett. Obviously, the Crusaders took an early 7-0 lead after a 67-yard TD from Ryan Hartz to Taylor Ricky, and it was a screen. And Brother Rice does a really good job at their short game and stuff. Brother Rice will literally score on anything to help him out. 7-all tie at the halftime. Very good defensive battle, but obviously it was the Crusaders short game that ate Bennett alive. Yeah. If you watch the highlight of the game.
Yeah. And again, I think Bennett right now is 1-2. If I'm not,
they are 1-2 as well, and they'll be taking on St. Rita, who's also 1-2.
So that's going to be a good game as well.
Yes, it will.
Definitely looking forward. That'd be something interesting game. But I think Bennett in these past 3 weeks they've proven a lot of people wrong.
They have. Well, especially how they played against Noblesville, Indiana. They hung with them. Yeah. They will hang with any team.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're completely right. All right. Montini 26, Marmion Academy 3.
Another big game that the Broncos needed. A bounce back win from last year's loss. Cole Teschner, 3 touchdowns, 2 of them to Mingo Nixon. Montini needed that. Yeah. They're off to a better start than last year for sure.
Oh yes. And I remember us getting headaches last year because of that.
We got a little ahead of ourselves. Literally the first episode.
Yeah. So. But it's a good thing. I'm happy for Montini. Congratulations to Montini on the big win over Marmion Academy. Next one, Geneva 14, Glenbard North 10.
Oh, man. Geneva.
Turnovers.
Well, yeah, it was explained why it was that low score into the game. That's been the biggest issue for Glenbard North all season, just the turnover bug. They're getting eaten alive with the turnovers. With Geneva, well, they're a team that definitely took well advantage of them. Biggest win of the season by far for Geneva. And you want to know who some of those turnovers came from? Troy Velez. Troy Velez. He had 2 touchdowns, 4 interceptions in the second half. 4.
Unbelievable.
It has pros and cons. Obviously, it's a con for Glenbard North, but a pro for Geneva's defense. That yes, we can make plays.
I think, like I said, I think you're completely right. I think Geneva
has been swagger Lily, has had their swagger Lily since the playoffs last year. Yeah, they lost in the second round, but after the regular season, Geneva's 4-1 after week 9 last year. They beat Collinsville, they lost to St. Rita, but then they won their first 3 games this year.
Geneva's been the Glenbard North for this year.
Or Wheaton North,
yeah.
Well, there's a lot of teams that are like that this year.
Next one, big game. Coach Kirkpatrick gets his first win. Lake Park 24, St. Charles East 0.
So it's safe to say for St. Charles East, because we were kind of riding them a little bit. Yeah. Well, that just got shot down.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good win for Lake Park, though. You beat a really good that's a real good St. Charles East team that they beat, But even for St. Charles East even going to that game, they were still a shaky team. They only beat Waubonsie Valley 10-7. Waubonsie's a team that can't even score to save their lives. Like, what the hell is this?
Yeah,
I want to know who Marco Aneka is. Holy cow.
I was shocked. I was a little bit shocked by the score, too, because I thought this was...
The fact that Lake Park shut him out, too.
Yeah, I was completely shocked by that. But again, Kirkpatrick, this was a big first win and a great first step for this Lake Park Lancer team with a new coaching staff.
Exactly.
Wheaton North 27, Batavia 24. Down goes Batavia. Down goes Batavia.
Yeah, well, Batavia had a 24-13 lead in the game.
Yeah.
How do you blow that? You want to beat good teams? Put it away. You did not. And, well, even Ryan Whitwell's 100-yard rushing game couldn't save their asses.
Yeah.
Instead, he let Max Hauser throw 3 touchdowns.
Yeah. This Wheaton North squad has just been I've been completely impressed again. They won the state title last year. They worked their wonders, and they
came in with the target on their back and stuff, like all champions do coming into the next season. Well,
I think, and like I said, I think one of the strongest 1 and 2 teams that we see is Batavia. I think Batavia is going to come.
There's a few good, strong 1 and 2 teams out there.
Yeah. All right. St. Charles North 35, Wheaton Warrenville South 20.
Revenge game for St. Charles North.
Yeah. And
they needed that. They jumped up by 14 early and took over from there.
Yep. And Wheaton Warrenville South again. Back to the drawing board. They got a tough game this week, so we'll see what happens with them. Belleville East 52, Mateo Valley 14 or 19. Was it
19, sir.
19.
Well, Mattia had some early momentum, and then all of a sudden Noah Larson throws a pick 6. Then Noah Larson was down with a concussion, and basically the night went downhill for Mattia Valley that night. Let's just say that's how the night went.
O'Fallon 40, Waubonsie Valley 0.
Man, these couple of these teams from down south are telling the schools up here to fuck off, and hey, we can play too.
I was totally shocked by the score. I thought Waubonsieville was going to give them a real challenge.
I'm sorry, but these first 3 weeks, Waubonsie came and scored to save their life.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
O'Fallon, again, undefeated now.
O'Fallon's a great team, not going to lie, but good Lord.
Yep. Naperville Central 44, Riverside University 8. I think that's in Wisconsin, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's a co-op out in Milwaukee. But anyway, that's a much-needed win for Naperville Central.
Yeah, that was...
McCormack looked good. Dodd looked good. They're missing Logan Divick for a little bit, who broke his kneecap in the Plainfield North game. So he's out for a couple weeks. Hopefully they'll need him back soon. But no, this is a scrappy Naperville Central bunch. They have had 6 sophomores starting. These sophomores are good. Nick Zabilet, Gavin Wade, the Nussbaum kids. No, this Central team's been sneaky good.
It's going to be interesting. It'll be interesting in a couple of weeks with this for the Red Hawks. Definitely.
I was gonna say tomorrow they should take care of business. It's the next two. It's after this week. The next 2 games, we'll see what kind of team we have.
Yeah. Neuqua Valley 21, St. Mary's Missouri 20.
Good Lord, good win for Neuqua Valley, but God, they still almost blew that game in the worst way possible. Like, turnovers almost cost them that game. They fumbled a touchdown for a scoop and score. They're trying to route the clock. Their punter, first of all, was a bad snap on the long snapper, because in high school football, once you need down, the play's dead. So St. Mary's has great field position, but Neuqua stops it. But good Lord.
Yeah, there's been a lot of bad long snaps in high school football, especially in the state of Illinois.
Well, for a team like Neuqua Valley, these teams some of these close games are because of turnovers.
Yeah.
That's Neuqua's Achilles. That's the killer for Neuqua. Yeah. Once they turn the ball over, they're in some shit.
Okay, Reed Custer 53.
Pete, we're about to get into the donut ass whooping round of games.
Yep. 54, Westmont 0. No surprise.
Just when we were starting to get excited about Westmont.
Hey, they got St. Edwards. Watch out. AC 53. Elmwood Park. I forgot to put the number. What did Elmwood Park have? I think it was like
that was a big fat 0-2. But anyway, it was a much needed win for IC.
Yep. Wheaton Academy is still rolling. 49. Aurora Central Catholic 0.
Yes, sir.
I'm telling you right now, Wheaton Academy is going to be that team.
I'm not downing them.
St. Francis 38, St. Edward 0. Not a surprise.
Good win for Wheaton. Good win for St. Francis.
I mean, they took out Alessio after the first set of downs because they knew it was going to be a woodshed whooping.
Which it will be.
So South Elgin 66, Fenton 7.
No surprise. Poor Fenton.
Bartlett 21, Aurora East 14.
What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this?
That score shocked me. I was very shocked by that score. But again, Bartlett is undefeated again.
If they are.
Impressive. Glenbard East 42, West Chicago 6.
West Chicago finally scored a touchdown at least.
Yeah, good, which is good. Glenbard South 56, Larkin 21. Glenbard South still going to roll. Michael Champagne was the player of the night. He had six touchdowns, and he beat 2 school records, if I'm not mistaken. Congratulations.
Did you forget Hinsdale South, or
what?
Did you forget Hinsdale South?
Oh, Hinsdale South is next.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. 42 over Leiden, and Leiden hit 11 or 17. I got my ranks.
Hinsdale South won. That's all that matters.
Yep. Morden beat Addison Trail 37-7.
Okay, this Morton team.
I told you they were going to be a surprise team, but they got to do something.
Milton Martinez carried the load with 169 yards. The touchdown. That touchdown was a 37-yard carry.
They got a big man, massive man defense tackle. He's just a complete space eater. Trujillo, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
This Morton team is going to be, if they just need that big one upset. That's what they need. They need one shock in the world. And I think they got a good chance. Willowbrook 42, Proviso 6.
Willowbrook needed this win, first of all.
They need the win. They did need the win. Congratulations.
They got the win.
DGM 27, DGS 7. DGS did fight in the first quarter then.
Well, also, Ethan Doolin also dropped a touchdown, but he made up for it early in the game. Or late in the game, excuse me. But the Trojans, holy shit.
Trojans look good. York 54, Proviso West 0. Big
another 50 burger for York.
Yep. Lions 10, Hinsdale Central 7.
Let's just pay our condolences to the Cruz family and stuff.
Yes.
That's a sorry for the loss and stuff. You don't want to lose anyone. But what happened in the Hinsdale Central game against Lions?
Heavy defense, especially with Lions. And Lions they've been known for their defense in the past years. And again, that kid Eddie Turek, he's a beast. He's an absolute beast.
Yep.
And for Hinsdale Central again, I hate the two quarterback. Well, not two, but the 2 quarterback system. We'll see what happens there. But Lions Township got the best of them. I think Lions Township is going. I think Lions Township is going to be a pretty good challenger. And I think we have Glenbard West in front, Lions Township in that second tier with either York or DGN, and under that is HRF. That's what my
right.
What do you think?
That conference is full of just a bunch of good teams in general.
And the problem is there's one division's top heavy, the silver, and the gold is just gold.
Gold is just golden shit.
Yeah, because you got Glenbard West, OPRF, Lions, Hinsdale Central in one division, and in the second division you got Willowbrook, DGS, Hinsdale South.
Where's DGN?
DGN is in that other division with Lions Township and them in New York.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense.
Yep.
Wait, I'm so sorry. Where am I?
I think we're at Naperville North, right?
Naperville North 40. The other St. Mary's 13.
Holy shit! What a win for Naperville North.
Yeah, I mean
that's a scary team.
Yeah, it is. And again, Naperville North hitting great, absolute star. Defense is starting to pick up things. Luke Williams is looking good too, and Ryan Anderson is just looking completely like
Danny Elo with using his speed and stuff. He's a track runner.
Yeah. Did Naperville North get the? Oh, I'm thinking it's the wrong team. I apologize. Glenbard West 35, OPRF 14.
So no Joey Pope, no problem from Glenbard West. This Ellens kid, though,
Beast.
206 yards on the ground. And OPRF, they gave Glenbard West a fight. They were up 14-7 at one point. And then GBW just shut the door from there.
And he's got a twin younger. He's got a twin, a younger brother who's an absolute beast too.
Oh,
Yeah. And so it's like you got a good, solid future with Glenbard West. And Juju, unbelievable. It was 4 touchdowns, right?
yeah.
4 touchdowns. So yeah.
Wait, Ellens? You said Ellens?
Yeah, Ellens. Juju. It was a 4 or 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, I believe it was 3.
Okay. Sorry about that. 3 then.
Okay. He had a big game.
Yeah, he did. Morse 32, Kalen 24. Deep dish football game of the week last week. Not that much of. It was a helping battle, but again, just Morse was too much of their running attack was unbelievable. Their defense, hard hitting. Like
they had a fumble recovery at the end to seal it.
Yes, and again, I was laughing because I thought it was going to go the other way because in the first, they had a bad snap, a bumbled kick return, but in the first quarter, but Morse they got down by 7 points against Kalen with a quarterback keeper of Troy Carlson, but Morse looks unbelievably great. So
it looks scary.
Kalen's going to spank some teams, so it's definitely a thing. All
yes.
right, time to be the world's biggest asshole. Creekside 10, East St. Louis 8.
What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? And we were bashing this Creekside team last week, so
yes,
we're reading some shit tonight.
I can't believe it. I literally can't fucking believe
the fact that East St. Louis scored 8. Now, they did score 8 last year to IMG Academy, but it's IMG Academy.
Yeah, this is Creekside.
This is a football team from Georgia where it's Georgia. How the fuck do you only lay 8? What the hell? And they were leading 8-7 for 2 quarters.
And they lost a lot of recruits too last year at Creekside. So it was a complete shock. I had a buddy from Georgia who was laughing at me because East St. Louis lost because this was supposed.
The game was at East St. Louis, right?
I believe it was in Georgia, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, still though.
Still, yeah.
Oh boy, what the hell? Hey, East St. Louis is one. You want to talk about 1 and 2 teams? East St. Louis is probably the most dangerous 1 and 2 team out there because then they're just gonna beat the shit out of everyone else.
I agree. The only 2 teams that I see them getting trouble are from Edwardsville and O'Fallon.
Yeah, no, O'Fallon and Edwardsville love to get East St. Louis some trouble.
And they're 2 teams too, by the way. Those 2 Southern, we'll talk about later. Those 2 teams are just absolutely sleepers that a lot of people are sleeping on.
Yeah, no, people sleep on them. They're gonna come up here and kick some ass.
Yeah.
Or some teams will have to go down there and get their asses kicked.
Oh, definitely.
It all depends on what the seedings and stuff are.
Yep.
Don't be surprised to see O'Fallon and Edwardsville make a big run.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, Mount Carmel 42, Notre Dame 0.
Is the old Mount Carmel back?
Yeah, I think so. Nazareth, Marist 31, Nazareth 3. The only big thing that came out of the game was the coach pushed the kid.
That's the only highlight we got of the game. Otherwise, it was a typical Marist ass whooping on the little baby Catholic schools.
And again, like I said, Jamal Howard is an absolute star defensive tackle for them. Wisconsin commit. He is going to be trouble.
Yes.
All right. Games of the week for week 4. Eat this football game of the week. Downers Grove North versus the York Dukes.
Who's the favorite in this game?
I gotta say, we'll give them the home field advantage, but I think this is going to be. This is going to be an even game. That's my personal feeling.
I'm gonna take Downers Grove North in this one.
That's actually a good pick. No, it's a good pick. Honestly, I'm up in the air with it. I think it's going to be a good.
I'm gonna go Downers Grove North. If they want to avenge last year, they want to beat some good teams.
And like I said, both the quarterbacks, especially Sam Michael from Downers Grove North. He has played a wonderful season. Matt Vesna has had an unbelievable season as well. The running back is coming back from New York. He's looking unbelievable. Downers Grove North, Fuelin, he's a star athlete for them as well. And we talk about the offensive lines. York's massive offensive line, they will knock you on your ass. But
well, I want to pick Downers Grove North. I think this game could go either way.
Yeah, and Coach Harini and Coach Fitzgerald, you're talking about two of the up-and-coming coaches in IHSA. This is going to be a difficult game. I'm excited for this game tomorrow. And again, keep an eye out for a kid named Jake Mellon.
I assume that's where you're going to be tomorrow night?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Awesome. I will be at the Naperville Central Waubonsie Valley game tomorrow night.
Ooh, wow, that's going to be a tough game. That's a tough game. I'm sure it's going to be a 10 to 14 game.
I will be at Central and Nequa next week, though, along with the Crosstown Classic, which, by the way, we are live streaming that, and Patrick Codo will be in the booth for that game. So
I can harass you. That's good.
You go say, hey, that's my co-host. Listen how bad he says the booth. Yep. Oh my God, he's so mad. Someone go in the booth and throw batteries at him.
Yep, definitely.
Yeah, we'll see how. Yeah, I'm gonna say, well, Central they better play a lot better than they did last year against Waubonsie. I don't know how that game's that close.
I think they will. Glenbard North versus St. Charles East. St. Charles East has got to get that. You're talking about two teams that need to win bad.
Yeah, this is a must-win game for both teams, but Glenbard North needs it more.
Yeah,
they have a load. They have a load back, and they're wasting this load.
Mm-hmm.
You want to keep the load heavy? Win a goddamn game. They need this one.
And they got less than turnovers too. They can't do that.
That too. That's what killed them against Naperville North. That's what killed them against that's what killed them last week. Yeah. And they always say if you win the turnover battle, you win the game.
Geneva versus Sweden Warrenville South. Can we
Geneva to 4-0?
Yeah.
4-0 Geneva?
Warrenville South get the upset.
You would. You love making these picks and risking to eat shit in the following week.
I don't. I think Geneva's going to win this one, honestly.
Yeah, Geneva's 4-0. This has been an impressive Geneva team. I love it.
And if they're wrong, we'll eat shit. No doubt about it.
We will eat shit next week.
Yep. St. Charles North versus Sweden North. What do you think, my man?
We want to talk about upsets.
Yeah.
Here's my upset pick. I'm going to go St. Charles North.
If that's Patrick Codo, so if you see him throw batteries at him.
Hello, Wheaton North fans.
Wheaton North, I think they're playing great football.
I just feel like too that this is a team that can easily some of these good teams lose a stinker game. Not saying St. Charles North is going to be a stinker game because St. Charles North is also good, but
I'm on the wall with this. I agree with you. I think there's something bad, something not bad, but something weird is going to happen in this game.
St. Charles North, I feel like they're going to catch Wheaton North off guard.
Yeah, I think they will too. Nequa Valley versus Naperville North.
This is a huge game in the DVC and stuff. Obviously, Nequa Valley is going to be without Mark Meneke, but Ryan Mole looked good last week. They'll put Grant Larkin in the Wildcat. I think Coach Ellinghouse is going to have an excellent game plan against Naperville North tomorrow.
Okay, I think you're right.
Even though I think Naperville North is going to take it, North's not going to go in there and beat the shit out of them. No, Nequa is going to have an excellent game plan. As long as Ellinghouse is on that sideline, you never cut out Nequa Valley.
Okay, here we go. The battle of the defeateds. West Chicago versus Fenton.
So someone is going to get their first win tomorrow.
And I think West Chicago's going to get the first win.
I'm going to go with West Chicago too. They got their first touchdown last week. Now let's get that first win.
I'm going to get the first win. Go West Chicago, go. Hinsdale South versus Hinsdale Central, the big rivalry game. Who you got?
I'm going to go Hinsdale Central just so Ryan McHugh don't throw batteries at me.
I hope Ryan McHugh throws batteries at you. I tend to agree with you. I think Hinsdale Central is going to do a good game, have a good game.
Whoa, I said don't throw batteries at me. I don't want to throw batteries at me. I'm going Hinsdale Central.
I'll go Hinsdale Central too. Downers Grove South versus Willowbrook, the battles of the
teams that need teams that are like in the hospital right now just want to get out of the hospital.
Yes.
It's basically a battle of teams who's trying to get out of the hospital first. Whoever gets out of this hospital first can has a chance to survive. But I think I'm sorry, I had to put it that way, but these teams are hurt. These teams are hurt.
I think Willowbrook's going to win this one.
Yes, I go Willowbrook too.
Yeah. Bennett versus St. Rita.
I feel like this is going to be exactly like the Brother Rice game.
Yes.
But I think Bennett sneaks away with this win. They need this win badly.
I'm going to go with St. Rita on this one.
I mean, I won't be surprised if either team wins.
I again, like I said, I am impressed with their passing attack. I think they need more on their running attack. Again, they missed a lot when Caleb Brown left for Michigan.
Right.
But again, they have a great offensive line, great defensive line with Eddie Verdoliak. He's a hell of a player as well. Nick Sterlick, offensive lineman for St. Rita. He's a star as well. They got a quarterback who transferred 2 years ago from Hinsdale Central out to there. I think St. Rita's going to win this one, but Bennett Academy, hats off to them. They're kicking ass. So it's going to be.
Bennett needs this win tomorrow.
Talk about a team that needs a win bad. Two teams. Streeter, they won yesterday. They won last week. But Lyle versus Streeter.
I'm going to go Lyle.
Lyle needs that one. I think this is going to be a tough game. I think whoever wins this game, my personal feeling is, and you guys can throw batteries at me, and I can eat crow. Whoever wins this game will be in the IHSA playoffs next year.
Will be?
This year. Sorry.
Okay.
I really think that whoever wins this game is going to be in the IHSA playoffs. Montini versus St. Lawrence.
Got to roll with Montini.
I tend to agree. I think Montini's going to win. I just think, we talked about this last week. Montini's a totally different team. They're just a totally different team. Yeah, they lost kids to transfers and that, but they're more of a team than they were this year than they were last year.
Right.
And you can see it in the secondary on huddle, the good level of communication with the defensive backs and the linebackers. But again, Montini, they are looking strong, and I'm going to go out there. I'm expecting another revisit of the Montini versus IC in the semifinal game for 3A.
Could happen.
Yeah. So, all right. And we go to the IHSA games of the week. Mount Carmel versus Marist, a big rivalry game. South side. It's a tough one.
I'm going to go Mount Carmel.
I think you're right, sir. I think Mount Carmel.
It'll be close, but I'm going to take Mount Carmel.
Mount Carmel's just too good. Carmel versus St. Viator. And before you say, what the hell are you talking about, Pete? This just in. Both teams are undefeated.
I saw that when you sent the email. I'm like, what the hell? And I look, I'm like, oh, okay, that makes a lot of sense.
And Carmel is coached by the former Chicago Bear, Jason McKee.
How's Mike Singletary doing in high school football?
But Carmel, they got a good shot at the playoffs. St. Viator, not so much. I'm going to go with Carmel in this game. St. Viator's definitely a team to check out. And they got Cole Kemet's brother as an athlete.
Cole Kemet?
Yeah, Kemet.
Okay.
So, two Chicago Bear connections in that game. Prairie Ridge versus Jacobs.
Also 3-0 games.
Yes. I'm scared shitless of Prairie Ridge when they get into the playoffs.
I'm going to go Jacobs.
I think it's a toss-up. I'm telling you right now, if Prairie Ridge gets into those playoffs, they can be this year what they were Kerry Rose last year, just complete assholes, upsetting everyone. Just the assholes of the IHSA playoff system.
Prairie Ridge, oh yeah.
Yeah, so it's good. That's going to be a good game. And again, keep an eye out for Vassie, Nathaniel, read them. O'Fallon versus Edwardsville. We go down to Southern Illinois in the big game of undefeated.
Speaking of teams we're talking about from down south, this is definitely a big game right here. Did Edwardsville have an opponent last week?
Who?
Did Edwardsville have an opponent last week, or did they win by forfeit?
Let me check. I think they won by.
Who did they play last week?
I forgot who they beat. I think they beat a Central Illinois team, if I'm not mistaken, Missouri. So,
okay.
Yeah. So,
well, we saw O'Fallon last week, so
I'm telling you this right now. O'Fallon that both teams are scared. O'Fallon beat Normal in the first week.
Is O'Fallon an 8A?
I believe that yes, they are.
And so is Edwardsville.
Yeah.
So we could potentially see them make a road trip up here in the playoffs if they have a kick-ass season.
Yes. Yes.
Or someone's going to go down there, unfortunately.
Yes.
Which I pray to God. None of our teams make that trip down there.
I agree.
Otherwise, I'll call some people up.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a big year for Southern Illinois. I think they got a great shot at a state title.
Well, not just them, but the small schools too.
Yeah.
Carterville's kicking ass down there. Marion.
Yep.
How's Benton looking this year?
Not so well. They lost their star quarterback. Johnston
Right.
City is undefeated.
Oh, Nashville.
Yeah, Flora is undefeated as well. Johnston City's undefeated. So that's your Southern Illinois talking. We're doing the show. This is the weirdest game I've ever seen in my life. They scheduled it because it's actually a good fucking game. Normal West versus Richmond Burden.
But Normal has to go all the way up to Richmond Burden.
Yeah.
It's a long ass road trip.
And Normal West's defense is absolutely killing it.
I'm going to go Normal West in this one.
I tend to agree with you, but I'm just completely impressed someone scheduled this game. This game is a complete. I was completely blown off my seat when I said, what the Normal West versus Richmond Burden? What the hell's going on?
First of all, that's a long distance road trip.
Yes, it is.
You have Richmond Burton driving from Central Illinois all the way up to over 2 hour drive, right?
Yeah. And by the way, if anyone's watching, Quincy Notre Dame is looking for a scheduled game. Their other opponents dropped out from Missouri. So just yeah.
You Missouri teams want to throw batteries at me for that? Go ahead.
Yeah. Let's get into the questions of questions they got emailed. Who is one player in DuPage County that has been a surprise to you? Tim Rainey of Chicago, Illinois. Tim Rainey. Who has been one player in DuPage County that has been a surprise to you?
I'm gonna go Danny Elo from Naperville North, the running back.
I think that's good.
I didn't see him that much last year. I know you had Ethan Robert, but Nate Jacobs also got some carries.
I got 2 players. Amari Head from
St. Ellens. Duh.
Yeah, and we knew about Ellens. Amari Head.
Yeah, he's been good. I'm saying Danny Elo.
Yeah.
And well, shit, you can make a good case for Chris McCormack too from Central.
Yes. Oh, hell yeah.
You can make a case for him too. I mean, that kid can throw, that kid can run. Don't be surprised to see him use, while he's missing a few receivers, don't be surprised to see him use his legs a lot.
Yeah. And I think also too, Lucas Fairs from Westmont, from Downers Grove, from Mellon, that kid Mellon from New York.
Yes.
He's looked unbelievable too. Nico Valley, I forgot the kid that he plays rugby and football together. He's a
Nick Zabila from Central.
Yeah. He's looking good.
He's only a sophomore too.
Bennett Academy, there's a sophomore linebacker playing, a sophomore defensive player playing on Bennett. He's having a hell of a season too.
Jake Hoppel or Hapel, how do you pronounce his name?
Yeah. That kid. The second one, from anonymous bullshit. What school has disappointed you the most so far this season?
Easy. Well, shit, we got a list. Batavia and Glenbard North.
I have to say,
I would say Wabanzi, but they were shit last year, so we kind of knew they were going to have this kind of season.
I would have to say Downers Grove South for me.
Yes, they brought back over 19 stars from last year, haven't done shit. But my teams are Glenbard North and Batavia. These were 2 teams that were really exciting last year. Batavia brought a lot back after an undefeated regular season. Glenbard North looking a bit on last season. Those teams are both 1-2.
Yeah. And I think for also another school that's out of DuPage County, Morton. I thought Morton was going to have a hell of a year this year. I thought they were going to be a surprise team.
The Central Illinois Morton, right?
I know. Morton, Cicero, Berlin.
Oh, duh.
No, stop.
Well, there's a lot of teams that we thought were going to be good that are disappointing.
Yeah.
Like we knew Mateo was going to be bad this year.
Yeah.
But God, their defense is just disappointing.
Yeah. I'm not Wabanzi Valley too, but I'm a little disappointed about Wabanzi Valley.
I wouldn't say they're the most disappointing team, but I'm more disappointed in their offense.
Yeah. No, you're
so they've only scored 14 points in 3 games.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. This is Coach Big Pete, aka Peter Leinweber of DuPageFootball.com. Make sure you follow Coach Big Pete, DuPage Football on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. If you have any questions that want to be asked on the DuPage next episode of DuPage Run and Shoot, my email is coachbigpetefp@gmail.com. Let's get ready for some football. Mr. Codo, please give your information, sir.
Please, everyone. This is Patrick Codo, the co-host of DuPage Run and Shoot. Find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all those awesome social media platforms. And I'm also a sports reporter at NCTV17. If you have any questions, email me, pcodo@nctv17.org.
All right, sir. Have a lovely, lovely evening. Have a lovely weekend. Let's get ready for some football. Well, there's already football being played, right?
I know it's going to be a thing all year just because of the good old referee shortage.
Yep. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Thank you guys so much for joining. Mr. Codo, thank you as always for joining, sir.
Yes, sir. Talk to you next week.